Good morning. Here was the agenda from yesterday, November 4, and I'll have a pretty similar agenda for today. We did a little election update. We looked at the Electoral College map and talked through different scenarios. That was kind of interesting. And then we started work on our infographic project. Our goal for yesterday was to identify one of the 30, just one right, of the 30 human rights in the Declaration. So we followed the link here, which brought us to the document on the UN website. And then out of these 30 articles here, you just got to find one that interests you. You can copy and paste it verbatim right up here. The second part you got to answer for it is, what does this right mean in your own words? So some of the things in here, I don't know, use maybe words that not an everyday person would understand. So our goal is to figure that out. One of the things that I did do was in your classroom, one of the materials I gave you was the student version of the Declaration of Human Rights. So that should help you put it into your own words. And the last part is, what makes this right important, or why should we care about it? And these are going to be things that you'll include on your infographic. The next part for our goal from yesterday was to find a real-life example about how this right up here that you chose was being abused, violated, or ignored. To do that, you need to use, to start with, one of these organizations. So this is from our assignment from Monday. So whichever right that you chose, use one of these websites of these non-government organizations to help you identify a real-world example. Amnesty International usually has a fairly good list and different examples. So we talked about a couple of different ways of how we can find examples. We can click on the What We Do part. Most of these websites will have a What We Do. And here on Amnesty International, they have a long list of topics. You can also click on countries, and they maybe won't have every country of the world, but they'll have examples of how they're working in different countries. And so maybe you'll find your right in one of these nations, and that could happen. Or maybe you'll read about what's happening in one of these nations, and it'll maybe determine which one of the human rights you'd like to address. That's okay too. The last thing that you could do is search. So if I just type in speech, it's going to give me probably some freedom of speech, which is what I was looking for. And then we can start to refine it. And this is where we can start to sort it out. So these websites are pretty good, but you have to kind of practice using them and searching on them to find the information that you need. So that was our goal, was to find a right and find an example. I have on here is going to be due Monday. It's not going to happen, I don't think. I think the next part of, after we've gathered our information to create it, could take a little bit of time. My guess would either be Tuesday or Wednesday. So that was from yesterday, and we'll do the same thing today. Some students will move on to kind of the design and creating process. And that's going to be up here in PictoChart. We'll create an infographic using this program here. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I hope you're doing well. There's no school tomorrow, so have a good rest of your day.